Well, hello there.
Hi.
Welcome to another episode of the Tabletop Trio podcast. I'm Bob.
I'm Joe.
And we've got a fun one for you tonight. Joe went to the Ren Fair.
I did.
Had some pretty cool experiences with that.
I did.
Well, you had some experiences anyway.
Also, I did. It was an up and down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Ren fairs are always fun. We went to the one in Pennsylvania. It was Back to the Future or From the Future this weekend. So a lot of people were dressed as a lot of stuff.
Cannot wait to get into that.
Yeah, we had Star Wars people. I saw Marty McFly and Doc, which was pretty hilarious.
Amazing. Which always fits at a Ren Fair.
Yeah. There was whatchamacallit from Days of Thunder? The Wonder suit. Someone was dressed like the Wonder NASCAR.
Oh, Ricky Bobby.
Yeah, Ricky
from
Bobby.
From Talladega Nights.
Yep, someone was dressed like that walking around.
Which tangentially makes sense because NASCAR was at Talladega this past weekend. I highly doubt they meant it that way.
No, I don't think so.
And they actually did have a Ricky Bobby Wonder Bread car that was racing this weekend.
Fantastic. No, yeah, that was a thing. There were a lot of people walking around with a lot of different outfits. So that was fun. But they let entirely too many people buy tickets.
Oh, yeah?
I think that was the issue that I saw. So tickets sold out on Tuesday.
Okay.
Saturday morning, my buddy was able to get tickets for a couple of our friends who didn't get tickets in time. Those tickets didn't need to be sold.
No.
The place was absolutely packed. I mean, like, packed. I've been going to the Ren Fairs now for a few years. I've never seen a Ren Fair this packed before. I felt like I was at ye old Six Flags. There were lines for literally everything. You want a pickle on a stick? That's a 35-minute line. Do you want a turkey leg? That's a 35-minute line. Cheesesteaks, food, drinks, you name it, there's a line. I had to get to the ATM because they didn't accept credit cards. And I didn't know that was also an experience. It was a 40-minute line to get to the ATM.
How?
They were just
so there's. I understand not taking credit card because look at us, it's the Ren Fair, but
so they do ye old coin or cash, and the coins are like $5 a coin, but you can't like trade them in at the end of the day. So it's good when you come back. So
to me that feels scammy almost.
Kind of, especially because you pay with the coin, and then. Say like the turkey leg is $13. The coins are $5 each. So you're going to pay with 3 coins. Well, they don't have small change coins. They just give you $2 back. So it's like, why coin in the first place?
Yeah. Aside from unless they're like, oh, we're going to take your money here and maybe you'll forget about it.
I think that's the thing is like once you buy it, you're not transferring it back. So now you have a coin that you have to come back and use.
Yeah, and they have your $5 that is now their $5.
So there are like 5 ATMs throughout the area of the Ren Fair, and so there are always lines for all of them. The craziest part to me, it blew my goddamn mind. So I'm like 3 people left in the line to get to the ATM. 2 middle-aged white women with a JanSport backpack come up to us and they're like, hey, do you mind if a minute I hop in here real quick? And I was like, yeah, sure. And they had like the staff t-shirts on. And then they casually open up the ATM and unzip the backpack, which had no lock on it, and then pulled a box out, which then had another key that opened. And then just had like $6,000 in cash that they reloaded the ATM machine with no security, no weapons. There's no cameras nearby. I was like, are they that trusting of people at Ren Fair? That's insane. Especially because like it's Ren Fair. People wear masks. People wear costumes. They have helmets. They have all this stuff on to make sure that they are not, you know.
I'm waiting for someone in full plate to be like, this is my chance.
me,
fucking murder hobo.
The 2 people behind me and the 1 person in front of me were like, are they serious? There was like $6,000 in cash that they just pulled out of a JanSport backpack.
That is
Lady
insane.
didn't even have a taser. Like nothing stopped anyone from just grabbing that money.
In fairness, what would a taser do against someone in full plate?
I don't know. Probably a lot more.
Mythbusters.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to hear me out here.
I feel like it would.
We need Adam and Jamie on the case.
It's kind of like being in water, right? Like it would just.
But then again, I feel like for the taser to work, you have the prongs, and the prongs have to attach.
Well, once you hit the plate.
Right, but if you hit the plate, it's gonna bounce off.
No.
You don't think the prongs are gonna
No, it
bounce off?
It conducts to the metal.
Well, yeah, but it's going to hit metal, and it's hard, and it's going to bounce.
Oh, you're talking about, like, the shooty taser.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm talking about, like, just, like, taser.
Oh.
Yeah, no, the prongs would just, shoot off.
Well, isn't it normally, like, leather on the inside, though? Because you're not...
When they're well made.
True.
This is Ren Fair we're talking about here.
Valid point. By the way, in the chat, Cast Iron Kyle, easy for me to say, says he's going on Saturday.
It will be fun. So there were a lot of fun experiences.
We're actually getting a call.
Oh boy!
If I can get my phone to connect to the Bluetooth here, that would be.
I believe in you.
Fantastic.
I believe in you. But
for the time being, we'll just throw it on speaker for the moment. Hey there, Kyle. What's going on?
Can you stop ruining the PA Ren Fair for me right
now? There is a lot of fun stuff to do there. So, we went to the bird show, the Falconeer show. There's a ton of shows. There's like a ton of shows. You're not, you might be able to hit them all. They give you like a map when you walk in.
Pause. There's a falcon trainer there?
Yeah.
I would make that my middle name if I was able to do that. Hi, I'm Kyle, Falcon Trainer Scythe. How are you?
That would be amazing.
Yeah, no, they had a falconer there. There was no falcon though. They had an owl and they had a hawk. Those are the two they had.
I'm not peeing. I'm filling up my coffee machine.
That's what they all say.
But yeah, no, we did that, and then right next to that, they had an archery range, and it was like the typical. You have a long bow, and you have like the fancier bows. And I was like, do you guys? Because there were crossbows, like on the like wall basically. And I was like, are those for show or like can I actually shoot those? And they're like, oh no, you could shoot those. Those are for you guys. And I was like,
oh, what now?
I was like, what kind of crossbows do you have? You have the fun, like what are we talking fun crossbows? Or are we talking like just the regular one load? And they're like, well, we have 3 different kinds. We have the big crossbow. We have a smaller crossbow, which is easier to shoot. And then they have a semi-automatic crossbow. I was like, why'd you even say the first 2? Just give me...
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I was
Dude,
like...
Those guys probably go, they get done jousting, throwing javelins, and shooting freaking crossbows, and then they have to go finish their shift at Target after that. It's amazing these people live amongst us.
Yeah, no. So the bows that they had there, the lady actually sources the wood, cuts it, chops it, dries it, and then trades it to someone who makes bows, and then she buys the bows from them to resell at the fair.
What?
Yeah, so you could buy bows there that are made there, which is wild. And then, so I got to shoot.
I want to do that so bad.
So I got to shoot the semi-auto, which is it was a Chinese crossbow. It's like so basically you hold it like on your thigh, and then it has like a handle. You load like 10 bolts on the top, and then you just push it forward, pull it backwards, push it forward, pull it backwards, and that's how it shoots.
What?
So,
dude, and if they're gonna scam me with the fucking coins that you're talking about and the money, I'm gonna get a fake disability food allergy card that the law allows me to bring my own food.
I don't even think they. Maybe they might have checked for food. I don't think they did though. But like, it's fine. Just bring cash. Just don't try to deal with the credit card machines. It's otherwise you're gonna play that ride, which is like 40 minutes long.
Oh no! I'm not. I'm definitely not. And it's crazy. Like I thought I was being vintage because I started playing with Pogs again.
Oh, I have like 5,000. Let me know. We'll play some Pogs.
Dude, I'm ripping it up in Pogs. I don't even need you to give them to me. I'll challenge you into a duel of Pogs, and I'll win them.
Hey, listen, I didn't say I was giving them to you. I bought like 5,000 Pogs.
Wait, we'll do it next time. Next time I'm over, we'll do full slice tabletop Pogs cash.
Yeah, we'll do. We're gonna throw down Pogs.
Keep entering like
do you know
words
how many,
to the title of the show.
Do you know how many slammers I own?
Dude, I have every week we'll talk about a Pog. This is a Coca-Cola one. This is a bottle cap one.
I have the New York Yankees World Series Pog set.
What?
It's like 13 Pogs on a sheet of paper on the sheet, and I didn't punch them out yet.
Is the fucking Derek Jeter Pog an actual slammer, and it gets in trouble for enhancement?
I'm curious now to see how much it's worth.
Well, I got it with a set of like 8,000, and the whole set was like $50, so I'm assuming worthless.
Oh, dude, for sure. Like every other fad in the 90s. I have a question. Is Graham there with you guys? He's not there tonight?
No, he is not there. He is sick today, so.
Okay, because I want to know who the fuck mailed plastic ducks to my house.
If I had to guess. If I had to guess, that would be Graham.
Okay, so I had a random envelope with no return address show up with ducks in an envelope with a piece of paper that said, "The quackening is happening." I looked at Christy. I'm like, I don't know what this is. I feel like there's something in there. There's no return address. There's an awkward sticker of a deer on this. I'm going to open this in the front yard in case it's anthrax because I have no idea. It could be somebody, I have a lot of customers and I'm too cheap to get a P.O. box. So I actually, use my return address.
Yeah.
And I'm like, is this somebody that, was pissed off about an order or something? I've had 100% satisfaction. Thank you very much. But that doesn't mean that somebody could feel some type of way and want to mail some random shit to my house, and I opened it. I'm like, that mother. Oh man, there's stuff.
I just
They're on
messaged
my
him.
microwave. They're on my microwave. I'm looking at them right now.
I just messaged him. I'll see if he answers.
That is amazing.
I don't know if I mean, if it's a surprise or it's supposed to be some sort of thing, and I ruined it, whatever. Give me more details next time.
No,
but
I got nothing.
That really is on brand for the Quackening, because wasn't he talking about how he would do those videos?
Yeah, with
the rubber ducks.
We've been half joking but half very serious about bringing those back for the podcast.
Oh my God.
With just like way more
we should
extreme detail, because now we could do multiple voices, and I have video editing and photo editing. So
we should reenact funny moments from the show using ducks.
I wanted to do movie scenes over and over and just do like After Effects, like explosions, like Saving Private Ryan, but with ducks.
But instead of the sound, you just go.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the video I made? I made it about 2 years ago, and I put a little tiny plastic baby in random cast iron orders.
That is amazing.
I get the DM, hey, this was in the package. Did you accidentally send this? And I say it like it's a verb. You've been little plastic babied. So you're now it's your job to carry on the ranks of little plastic babying somebody else.
Oh my God.
And I put them all over. I bring them to work and put them in like random guys like lunchbox. I put them in Christy's stuff at work. She's like, "What the hell is this?" And
I think I remember that from Boston.
Before they were everywhere in Boston.
Yeah,
they were.
Dude, and then I thought when we rebranded Full Slice Podcast, we were going to call ourselves the Little Plastic Baby.
Little Plastic Baby Podcast.
Listen, you guys are doing a good job, simultaneously ruining yet hyping me up for my first experience at the Ren Fair on Saturday.
It was fun.
How tight are they on your time slot on the ticket?
I don't think you get a time slot. It's just you buy the ticket and you're good.
It says 11 o'clock on ours.
So it starts at 11. I highly recommend getting there earlier because if you drive there, so we left at like 9:30, which is a little late for what we wanted. And it went from you're going to get there at 11:40 to there's a little bit of traffic, you're going to get there at 12 to there's a lot of traffic, you're going to get there at 12:30 to we actually got to the gate at 1.
What?
Yeah, because they basically...
That sounds like some ye old bullshit right there.
It's like a one-lane...
traffic control.
It's like one-lane road, and it's right off the highway. So the highway basically backs up into the exit to get to the fair. So...
Well, that's how Pennsylvania works, Joe. You live up in fucking Parsippany or wherever the hell you live, and there's 5 lanes going everywhere.
Yeah, it's called convenience.
Yeah, it's called congestion. But in Pennsylvania, it's
one lane congestion.
Everything.
One horse shuts down the entire system. I get it.
We've seen Pocono.
Yeah. Oh God, don't bring me back. But I
I
recommend
the wrong
early.
gummy. Damn it! I just took the wrong gummy. I'm not gonna have a good night's sleep. I took the hybrid instead of the indica. God damn it! I'm gonna wake up at 2 a.m. and try and figure out physics.
I believe in you.
Damn it! That's okay.
Just remember the square root is always the square root.
Listen, I love you guys, and we got to get together soon. I got more details on Boston I can't share yet, but I can share them with you. Yes. And I hope you guys enjoy your night. And even if it wasn't Graham, just lie and tell me it was, because I'm freaked out.
I would put money.
Yeah, well, he knows my address. I'm like, how would Graham know my address? And I'm like, he was here before. Damn. Like, okay. That's good. No, and it's funny, and it's harmless, and it's not, hurting anything. So I'm not. No, it's funny. I like it.
Yeah.
So, that is amazing.
All right, boys. Have a good rest of the night, okay?
All right, brother. Take it easy.
See ya.
Always a good time chatting with Kyle.
Always. Wild. The quackening is happening.
Quackening.
Oh, man.
Now I really want to know who did it.
Yeah, I really want to know. Because it was not Graham.
Because I remember talking and hearing them talk about the quackening at Saucetoberfest.
Yeah.
So I have three possible suspects.
Oh, are we playing Clue?
I think we're going to play Clue now. Because we talked about it also before PA, before Philly.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it could be Tyler.
Mm-hmm.
It could be Phil.
Mm-hmm.
Or Graham.
Yeah. Well, was it Graham said no, but I wish.
Graham said no. So I'm going to guess either Tyler or Phil.
Mm.
I would
or
want to
one
see
of the guys at
handwriting.
White House.
Or it could be John.
Could be John or other John.
God, now I really want to know.
Yeah. Kyle, go get the paper DNA test.
Yeah. Get the paper, get a handwriting analysis. We know what you're going to be doing at 2 a.m.
Yeah, we know you're going to be up. Get the letter, put it on your nightstand with a little note that says, do handwriting analysis.
Because I remember talking and hearing about that conversation. Because it could be Chris, Captain Cook's Food.
Yeah.
It could be either of the Johns from White House.
Yeah.
Could be Tyler.
Yeah.
Could be Phil.
Yeah. It wasn't us. I would have loved to, but it wasn't me.
No, me neither. And that is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty solid.
God, it just goes deeper.
And it's funny too, because everywhere we go, we do buy little ducks. So you would assume that it was us.
Yeah.
Like even at the at Saucetoberfest.
Yeah, Schaefer Farms.
I bought glow in the dark ducks.
Yeah.
For Graham.
I keep finding little glow in the dark ducks. Like we have that one like clear cream colored shopping bag.
Yeah.
That usually has our cables. There's a blue duck in there.
Yeah,
little tiny guy.
That's one of the glow in the dark guys. But like, yeah, they're everywhere. There's just little tiny ducks everywhere.
Amazing.
I don't know. It just happened. But yeah. So the Ren Fair is fun. Just be prepared. Like I said, go try to get there early, or you are sitting in traffic. Bring cash, or you are sitting in ATM traffic. The guy who let me shoot the semi-automatic crossbow. So you pay, it's $10 for 10 bolts is for the higher, like the crossbows and like the, what did they call them? The mounted, bows. So the ones that are a little bit shorter, but have the same pressure. Those are, I think it's Mongolian mounted, archers. They let you shoot those. Those are also $10. So the longbows, like the regular longbows, are like $5 for 10 shots. Everything else is $10 for 10 shots. When I went up to get the semi-auto one, the guy comes up to me to go load it, shows me how it works and everything, and then goes, so I normally do 10 for everything except this one. Because this is like going to a gun range with an M16 and one magazine in full auto. And you're just like, grr. That was it? That was the whole thing? So he goes, so here's how we're going to do. And he just grabs like a giant hand of the bolts, which are shorter. They're like that. And he goes, that look like 10 to you? Perfect. And just starts loading them in. And like he's explaining how it works as I'm shooting it. And I get a pretty good handle on it. I got some bullseyes. It was a fun time. And
that's awesome.
He goes, these aren't meant to really penetrate. That's not what these were designed for. This is Chinese war. They had hundreds and hundreds of these guys lined up with another set of hundreds of people literally just feeding arrows. It wasn't about accuracy. It wasn't about depth. They would poison all the tips with neurotoxin.
Oh, shit.
So you literally just had to get a cut. And then that's it. Your heart's going to stop because it's neurotoxin. So that was the whole point of these arrows. So they weren't going... I say like they weren't going super deep. They were still easily in the thing with all the other arrows. But it was so much fun to just be like, click, 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 click. And just like be launching arrows. I wanted one so bad. He's like, you can get one. They're $600. And I was like, that's actually not that bad, but no. Plus, I think it's illegal in New Jersey. I don't think you're allowed to own a crossbow. Especially not a semi-automatic crossbow.
I know a friend of my dad's had a crossbow he had used for hunting. had a scope and everything.
Yeah, those are fancy. Those are like the compound. Like
Yeah,
they're all those things.
It was literally just like a hand crossbow.
Yeah,
where it's just like, boop.
Yeah,
it's
no. This is a giant hunk of wood with like a magazine on top that you would load the things in and just pull and launch. It was awesome. It was a really fun time. That was
fantastic.
Yeah, that was my second favorite thing that happened. It's tied for the first. The second one was that the PA Ren Fair has cider and other stuff, but more importantly, cider. And they had this is pineapple. I tried it there, and it was so good that I was like, they really got a good thing going. So they get you in, you buy all the alcohol because you're there, and it's pretty good alcohol. And then right before you leave, there's another building, and it's the only building the direction you walk in to leave, which is where the wine and the ciders and everything else is for sale for you to buy. So they really got a racket on it.
Yeah.
But I will say it is good. It's not like they're selling you a thing for the sake of selling you a thing. It actually is really good. I ended up buying an 8-pack.
That's cool.
And then I get another new toy. Kyle, you're gonna.
If you're watching this, Kyle, you're gonna die.
I forget what their name is on the thing. It just says DT Lift. I backed these guys in Kickstarter way back in the day, like way back in the day. And this is like their third generation.
Okay.
Of the Draft Top. That's what it is, the Draft Top. So this is the Draft Top Universal. And the problem I had with the Draft Top was that it didn't work with every single can, and it didn't close or it didn't open all the way. Which, it's a problem. So this one does not have the same issues and opens.
That is insane.
Nice and neat. So there's the lid of the beer. It, for all intents and purposes, quarterizes the other lid so that it is not sharp. So now you could perfectly drink out of it.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
And
that's awesome.
Now you don't need a cup.
Adam Stewart in the chat says hi, by the way. Hello, Adam.
So, really cool. Glad they went. This is like their third or fourth generation of these things. And I have the first one. The problem with the first one is you had to do it, and then it only worked with regular, like 12-ounce cans.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had to like push the lid into the beer, which
yeah, you don't really want to like finger your beer.
Well, that and like I don't know where the top of the lid's been. That's where the dust collects.
Yeah, that's where people walk on in the liquor store.
Yeah,
like you need to get that thing up there. Well, I guess I'm stacking pallets.
Yeah, so I don't want to deal with that. This is kind of gross,
right?
So this one cuts any can. So this is a thinner can. This is more of like the Michelobes and all. These are like
Dad Rocket, Red Bull size.
Yeah, Red Bull. Cuts it nice and smooth. No anything. But if you want to give a chance or a shot at this, it is the pineapple cider that they make. It was so good, and I wasn't expecting it. Like reading the ingredients off now makes more sense.
Oh, that is really good.
Yeah. So,
but now that after you read the ingredients,
it makes sense.
Yeah, I picked that up now.
Yeah. So when I tasted it, I was like, well, how am I getting apple?
Because that's where the mice pee.
Yes. So you don't want that.
He also asked, no shavings get in the drink?
No, it actually, I don't know if we could zoom in, but it's got a little metal thing right up here. And when you squeeze it down, it basically clamps against the side and then like rolls it flat so it cuts. It cuts the one side and then rolls the other side. So there's no shavings. There's nothing really to.
The lid is sharp though. I will say
the lid is sharp because you're not supposed to drink out of that part of the lid.
Tomato.
So I think the way it works is it basically seals where the beer usually, like, you know, they usually cap it in.
Yeah, because they cap it in, and then another machine
curls it on.
Like curls it on.
I think this just uncurls it, and then puts this nice and smooth. So
that is insane.
it works shockingly well.
Yeah.
And it's great. Like, I love using these things for camping. It really, even like all events that I'm going, like we do all the hot sauce festivals and stuff like that. This is the thing to do instead of, I hate cracking the thing. And then you have to like, oh, do you have a cup for like some of the other beers? You want to pour it and this and that. And you want to get the smell because it smells like half of the flavor when you smell the beer, you drink the beer.
Aluminum can or what I'm drinking.
Right. So this works, and I've been using it on several different cans now because the whole thing with the universal one was like, oh, you could use it on any can. I was like, oh, I'm going to put that to the test.
Oh, any can? Bet.
The only one I haven't tried is like the big old boys.
Oh, like the tall,
like the
tall boys.
Yeah, like the monster BFC cans. Like, I don't know if
you
that's
pay like $16 at a stadium, but you go to a liquor store, it's like $2.
Yeah, those. I don't know if those will work, but like the big Sapporos.
Well, one way to try it.
Yeah, I need to get like the 40 Sapporo and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like the ones that really fan out. Because that would be the perfect cup.
Well, good news, we can test that because the place we're going is literally attached to a liquor store.
Yay!
But I feel like it's a good time to make an announcement for the show.
Yeah, we find it's official.
Yeah, it is official. Hopefully. No, it is official. We have the confirmation thumbs up from them. But on Sunday, October 20th, we're going to be broadcasting live from the Gundam Kitchen and Millennium Hobbies down in South Jersey in Gloucester Township. And we're going to be getting there. We're probably going to go live around 11 a.m. And we're going to talk to the owner, all that kind of stuff, which is going to be super cool. And we're going to be doing a live show from the Gundam Kitchen. I cannot wait to talk to them about like Gundam and model building and all that kind of stuff. Like that is one of like the prime, hobbies that people have. It's at a game store.
Yeah, it's something I've been trying to avoid.
I cannot wait to talk to them about that.
It's a hobby that I've been trying to not get into for years because I was like, I don't have the space, I don't have the time, I don't have any of that, but I do want this one model.
Yeah. There's one model and then all of the RC cars.
Yeah,
but
why'd you have to bring that up?
I cannot wait to go there just to check it out.
Yeah.
Like, just to talk to them, to go there and do the show live, first of all.
Yeah.
But to be able to go and talk about Gundam, I know nothing about that.
Yeah.
Like, I've built model cars before, and, like, when I was a kid, I would do, like, Star Trek spaceships and that kind of thing.
Right.
But I've never really gotten into Gundam. Hopefully this doesn't, awaken a new hobby in me.
I have bad news.
Yeah. I have... sim racing is expensive enough, okay?
But now you could do model racing and sim racing.
Shit. And they are going to be like 15 minutes from where I live.
Yay.
Oh, no.
So,
Ange, I am so sorry.
yeah, it's, I don't know, it's cool going to I like going to different hobby shops because there's, for all intents and purposes, there's like different metas.
Yeah.
For different hobby shops, even for like playing Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh and all that kind of stuff. Like every shop has their own little like inbred like redneck system that they got going on, which is always just fun. So like one person at the hobby shop has like the most expensive deck or like the craziest deck. So then the other people start building around how to counter that person. And then, so they get like their own little ecosystem of like what their hobby shop is. So then one of those people go to a different hobby shop, and now it's a completely different ecosystem because it's a different person, a different thing that they're trying to combat in their hobby shop. So it's like
the battle of the hobby shops.
It's interesting to hop around because when you hop around, you kind of lose the like your inbred deck, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, I know who I'm playing, so I'm gonna.
Yeah, I know this guy has this card and this guy has this card,
Yeah,
so I'm gonna build this so I can counter those specific,
right,
things.
Right. So you go to all these different shops and you don't get that because you don't know what they're gonna be playing.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
4M Watch says, looks like the yellow cord is coming from Joe's water bottle.
It's this bright for a reason.
You're charging your tablet using the water bottle.
I just gotta shake it every now and again. That's how it keeps it going.
Adam says, Tabletop Trio now featuring Gundam model building. Sign up now for your free Tabletop Trio Gundam YouTube subscription.
Just gonna sell Gundam models with my head on the top.
Well, it's kind of like what TikTok has been feeding like crazy. If you have a product that you're selling in the TikTok shop, it will take your video and throw it to literally everyone.
You know what I've been seeing that's real fucked up is and it's right on the front of YouTube is check out these new tech gadgets that we found and look really cool, so it makes it sound like it's a person. And then you hop in and it's like, hey, we found this really cool tech stuff. None of these are sponsored. We just thought they were really cool, so we thought we would share. And then you're listening to it, and like the AI voice hasn't quite figured out spacing or how to be excited about certain parts of a sentence.
This is going to be like this.
Yeah, so it's getting close, though. Like, every time I see a video, it's getting close. I'm like, this is straight up an ad. This is a 15-minute ad for gadgets linked to Amazon. And it's just people who put these up and do the sponsored links so that if people click them, they buy, and then that person gets a kickback. And that's what and I saw like 8 of them, 9 of them in my homepage. I'm like, what? This is not good. This is, you shouldn't be pushing this.
Yeah,
YouTube. No. But I guess algorithm, it's tech.
Oh, yeah, it's tech, and it's something that you're interested in.
Yeah.
It's also Prime Day.
Or Prime Week, or whatever the fuck it is.
It was
now.
like the 8th and the 9th. Like, it's like 2 days of Prime. I
don't know. Pretty soon it's going to be like Prime Month.
Yeah. Even though, if you're buying on Amazon, use the website. I think it's Camel, where it tracks prices.
Oh, yeah.
Or you could do any other like Amazon price tracker. Yeah. Honey does it as well, where you can sit there and see, oh, well, 3 days ago, this product was $64.99. Yesterday, they mysteriously raised the price to $79. And today, it's $61.99. You're getting a $13 discount when in reality it's $2 off.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yay. Yeah, no, you gotta check with that now. They do it. They raise the price over like 3 or 4 months, and then Prime Day, look at it, it's on sale, and then it goes right back to where it was. And then like 2 months later for Christmas, it's gonna go on sale again, and then it's gonna go back up to what it was.
Set your watch to it.
Yeah, it's annoying. I'm not a fan of what they're doing.
Yeah,
but what can you do?
Yeah. And it's one of those things where it's good to have these kind of like sales because, in my case with me moving, I'm going to need to buy a lot of shit. You know what I mean? Like aside from furniture, but like the standard houseware stuff.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of like, your like plates, cups, bowls, cooking like dishes, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But like security stuff, general houseware stuff.
Yeah.
For those, those sales, all right, sure, I'll pay whatever the sale price is.
Yeah. It's like you got to do what you got to do. It is what it is.
You need a toaster. You're just going to get a toaster.
Yeah. Well,
as an example, at least.
They make fun ones. You can get the Star Wars toaster.
Don't tempt me with a good time.
I'm gonna.
I feel like Ange would straight up murder me.
Why? You still get toast. It just has, Darth Vader on it.
That's true. That is true. I could have Darth Vader English muffins in the morning. It would actually match.
Dark muffins, if you will.
For our anniversary, one of the gifts that she got me were LED light up chopsticks that are shaped like lightsabers.
The lightsaber ones. They make a lot of the Star Wars stuff. They have a pancake maker or a waffle maker. I think it's a waffle maker. They have the toaster. You could.
Oh yeah.
If you wanted to, you could really get in there.
don't watch.
You see nothing.
Pricing games because we're all a bunch of yo-yos. That is painfully accurate.
Yes, it is. Remember last week I was talking about Halloween costumes. Speaking of things that were Prime Day, they ended up, it was on sale.
Oh no.
Yeah, I got the Jesus costume.
So you are Dice Jesus? Or RNG Jesus? What were you?
Dice Christ.
Dice Christ.
Yeah.
Potato.
I bought the necklaces that hold a D20. So I bought 2 of them so I could put them on my hands. And I think I'm going to 3D print D20s, one that has all 20s and one that has all 1s.
Oh.
And then I have Elena. I was going to buy a Bible and then thaw it out. But Elena was like, I have the boxes that look like books. And I was like, yeah, we could probably just do that instead of, carving into a Bible. I'm pretty sure someone...
I feel like someone would have a problem with that.
I mean, you could buy them on Etsy, but they're $35 and $95. And I found the same exact Bible that they're using for $9.
Oh.
And all you do is cut it with a razor, and then it's basically glue and water to make it a little bit more watery, and then you just paint the pages closed.
Dude, honestly, that's one of those things where if I had the time, I feel like there's so many things you could make and do on Etsy to just be like...
So I just said I wanted to make the D20s and the D1s. Someone's selling them on Etsy for $12. It takes 42 seconds because it's a free program that someone released to make your own D20. And then with the printer that they were using and that I have, to print said die takes 45 minutes and maybe costs $2. And they're selling them for $11 plus whatever shipping is.
Wow.
And I was like, no, you're not even painting them, dude. You're not even cleaning them. You're not sanding them. You're literally just printing it out, putting it in a bag and sending it to me. For $12? Come on, man. That's not... If it was $4 or $5 and I was like, yeah, I could save me some time. Let's just go for it.
Yeah.
It's going to be $35 after shipping and everything.
Yeah.
For what is essentially 5 minutes worth of work.
Adam says, well, what about an Etsy sim rig?
Oh, don't get me started. As someone who has feverishly priced sim rigs and have one that I'm going to call it half, but it is technically a fully functioning sim rig.
Oh, no, it is fully functioning.
It is fully functioning.
It is not even half.
To me, it's half. Because it doesn't slide, and it doesn't yaw. So to me, it's
There
half.
is no motion. That is true.
There is no motion, so to me, it's half. Though it is fully a sim rig. I have the Next Level Racing GT track, one of the GT ones. It's it could be one or the other, and I have it set to regular because I tried the Formula seat, and my knees don't work like they used to. And getting in and out of that thing was a problem. So I set it to regular people car.
Yeah. Got it. Meanwhile, I'm over here. I have a wheel stand. I just sit in an office chair.
I started with the wheelchair. I started with that, and the problem with me is it would always slide backwards as I'm so I start up here and then I'm stepping on the gas, and then as I'm racing, it's just oh no,
oh no,
oh no, oh no. So that was my problem.
Well, I know iRacing, it's going to be my first ever iRacing, second technically, iRacing special event coming up in the end of December, literally the last weekend. They're doing the production car challenge at VIR. It's a 4-hour race of production car challenge. And you could either do it solo or you could do it on a team. I might be signing up for that.
We do have a team at iRacing.
That is true.
Now, would I hinder your speeds? Probably.
That would be wild to do. 4-hour race. We get 4 people
So
we each have an hour.
I was gonna say, is it like just a 2 hours at the team, or do you split it however many you want?
I think you can do your stints however you want. So some people might be doing the full 4 by themselves, which I think is wild.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Like,
what do you have to pee? You just pit?
That's a lot of driving. But like, if we split it up and did like, even if we did like a team of 2 or 3, and split up to like, here's an hour. Okay, cool. I'm off. I'm gonna spot for you now.
Yeah.
Here's another hour, and then throw in rain on top of it.
It's raining too in the sim. Potentially,
there is always a potential for rain.
Oh, yeah, that could be fun.
So we might have to get you up to speed in the GR86 at VIR.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping tomorrow to have my sim PC rebuilt. The case is actually right behind Bob over here somewhere. You could, if he leans up, yeah, there it is. You see the wood.
There it is. Right there.
That's actually the case for that rig.
That's better. I could actually talk into the mic and still see.
There you go. So hoping to get that done. And then with that, we were going to be using it to potentially use it for Mondays and Tuesdays, where we could do a pre-track basically test lap, because I have my VR. So I could basically be in the seat kind of looking around, showing everybody just like a couple minutes before the actual races start. So that could be fun.
That would be wild.
Yeah.
And just to even be like, all right, this is what the driver's seeing. You could see all your info on the dash. Look at how, crazy the banking is. Because, like, when we do the broadcast, which if you're a podcast listener, we broadcast Total Nonstop Racing League on Mondays and the Speed Xfinity Series on Tuesdays. We'll do a lap around the track on, like, the roof camera or from, like, the driver's point of view.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like it doesn't do it justice until you're actually sitting in the car and you have the VR kind of view going for you. I think that's pretty cool.
Plus, when the bumps, like, when you're in VR, it's stationary, but the bumps aren't. So you'll be racing the car bumps. You're not the one bumping.
Yes. Which I believe, Adam, do you still race VR? I'm pretty sure Adam does. But I've tried it. I don't think I could do it.
Really? I feel like I can't go back.
Yeah. I feel like if you start with VR, you can't go back.
Yeah, because for me, I always had a problem, and it's the same when I do like flight simulators and all that stuff, like even like space games, because I'm just staring at my screen here. I don't have the mobility to see anywhere else. Even with a triple monitor, it's not like it just stretches everything to the side, but it's not like the right aspect. Mm-hmm. So like playing space games or anything like that, when you're trying to dogfight or something, like I would love to be able to just look that way and like see what's going on, and you can't.
Yeah.
And it's the same with racing. So like you have buttons for look left, look right.
Yeah, I just have my 2 little buttons there.
I never got used to the buttons. So I would always just look forward and my rear view mirror. If I can't see you in any of those mirrors, we're crashing. That's just how it works.
See, I have a visual spotter from the iOverlay program that I use. There's a visual spotter where it kind of shows you as 2 bars, and there's a line, and that line is the front of your car.
Wow.
So if the line is like here and there's like an orange dot, you're clear. If it's here, you ain't clear.
You see, I only go with the team one, like the rain, like the one that talks to you, like, hey, there's someone coming up.
Yeah.
So like in VR, if I hear someone's coming up, I could literally just be like, huh? Yeah, someone's coming up. Or,
okay.
Yeah, someone's coming up. But pressing the buttons while I'm trying to race, that doesn't, it doesn't work.
Adam says, yes, I'm VR. In VR, your brain tricks you.
Yeah. Because the most in VR I've ever felt was with iRacing. Out of all the VR stuff that I've done,
having you do the rookie truck, jumpy trucks.
Yeah, that was a lot
in VR. That was a
lot. If
that
that's
was mean,
the thing, I
apologize.
Wish that was the thing I wish I had the full sim for.
Oh God,
because it goes up and down. So yeah, I'm sitting in the thing and it's just like nothing. My headset flies off. So that's what I eventually want. That's what I aspire to. Is
meanwhile, I'm sitting there. I'm aspiring to just get triples.
Yeah,
Although with the move, I might actually be able to run triples.
you might.
Scratch that. I can run triples when I move.
Yay!
Oh no.
Yay! For me, it's I think there was a new company that came. I think I sent it to you. There was a new company. I love that racing is getting more accessible to everybody.
It's awesome. I love that.
The prices are coming down across the board for like good gear, which is fantastic. And with that, also like the chairs and stuff are coming down in price too. I think Next Level Racing made one that's crafted after a cart, like the little karting ones, and it actually the pedals are like one clip, and you could pull them forward, pull them backwards.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's for when you have a kid, and the kid wants to race.
That's amazing.
You could set the cart to like kid size, and then for the adult, you just move the wheel or the pedals back, and you're back to like adult chair. And I'm like, that's so smart for people who don't have room for like 2 full rigs for you and your child.
Honestly.
And that's great, but I don't know. Like I said, there's a new rig that came out. I think it was only like $4,000. It was somewhere like
it's pocket change, but comparative.
All things considered.
Comparative, yeah.
So to set up mine with the Next Level Racing with the yaw and the slide, so it's like almost all of the motion, is $9,000 collective plus the cost of whatever the rig, like the initial was, which I think was like $600. So you're looking at about $10,000 for sliding back and forth and then tipping side to side. The new system was like $4,000 or $4,300 or something like that, and it did the exact same thing. Wow! So I was like, that's like half price. That's not bad at all.
Yeah. So
I like that everything is coming down. I like that it's becoming more and more accessible.
I would love to try one.
I inadvertently tried one at CES this year because they were doing VR like motion stuff with like the roller coasters.
Oh yeah, okay.
Except the roller coaster one also had the fans, which is the other thing I want. So you go up, you're going up, you feel it clicking, so the chair's clicking, and then as you turn the top and go down, you feel the fans start kicking on, and then as you go down, the fan just, and you feel all the air.
Make wind sims for iRacing.
Oh, absolutely. It's the same one they used for the...
And it actually will plug in with iRacing, just like with butt kickers and all that kind of stuff, which, by the way, if you're not into sim racing, butt kickers are literally a...
it's a good explanation. It's not a thing that actually kicks you. Well, it is.
Technically, it is. It's basically a speaker
this is gonna
that vibrates on your chair.
It's a subsonic subwoofer is realistically the term. So you can't hear it because it's your frequencies could hear, but it's so low that you just get all the vibration, but you don't get any of the noise. And that's how they work. So you hook it to the bottom of your chair, and then you could feel what would be the rumbles of the engine or the car or the road or anything like that, which I also want.
There's a guy. I found the only thing that will ever top your motion rig that you want. I followed a guy online on, I think it was TikTok. He bought an old used NASCAR like test car.
Oh,
a full-on car, just no engine, and converted that into his sim rig.
I saw someone had a Lexus
to where
Subaru.
He actually took the monitors and fit them into the windshield and put the left side monitor on the door to have a swivel.
Yeah.
So like you still had to climb in like a real race car.
You didn't even cut the door to get in.
Didn't cut it, anything like that. Put it there. He had butt kickers actually placed where the tires actually are. Wired the dash to actually show real telemetry.
Yeah.
You know, inserted the wheel into where it should be, had Fanatec, so we had the actual Fanatec NASCAR wheel.
Yeah.
That is like the MPI Max Pappas Inc. like actual wheel that they use in NASCAR.
Yeah.
Had that in there.
Some people go crazy. I saw one
hood.
I saw one for drifting.
In the engine bay, he just built the computer in the engine bay.
Yeah, there's plenty of space.
Which, I mean, is just ridiculous.
It's one of the builds I wanted to do was
and then he bought
V8.
a second one to use as a track car for actual track day.
Well, yeah,
this man has 2 NASCAR race cars.
There's one by us that they're selling. It was $19,000. I messaged him to interview him because who has a street legal NASCAR? He did. And he's like, I don't really know much about it to like interview. So I was like,
I don't care.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if you let me drive it, but like,
I would love to just check it out.
Yeah. So, but now it's down. Last I looked was down to like 17,000 or 16,000. He's still accepting best offers, but it's a street legal. I think it's a Dale Earnhardt Jr. Budweiser.
It is the most Franken show card together thing. Because Joe showed me that. And I think my exact words were, well, actually.
Yeah. He went full, actually. None of those cars are actually one NASCAR gen.
It's literally like the front end of like a 2004, paint scheme from 2006, rear end from early 2000s, actually 2001, 2002, before the common body template.
Yeah, but I was like, yeah, but it's street legal, Bob.
And then I sat there and I'm like, oh yeah, that is still freaking awesome.
Like street legal NASCAR.
But the purist in me is just like, there's 4 different versions of cars. This is a Franken car.
How dare they? I still want to drive it.
I'm so mad I want to drive it right now.
I'm so mad when you accept cash.
I'm so mad.
Cashier's check.
I can give you a color changing cup and a magic pen. Final offer.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited for when the basement gets all sorted and my sim rig comes back together.
Yeah, you're gonna have your racing room. We'll have a studio down there.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. I'm gonna be we'll have permanent studio, so I don't have to take the lights up and down and mics and everything every week.
I'm still saying we need to build our own table. Move all of this stuff that's off camera under the table.
Oh, that would be,
so we just have
ideal.
Emptiness.
Yeah, that'd be great. Just put the little holes. Yeah, we could.
Breaking news.
We'll figure it out. I told Bob last week, and I wasn't searching for it. I promise. It popped up on my marketplace. Someone was selling the ESPN, or one of the ESPN desks. It was like an 8-foot desk with the giant ESPN logo on it, with the LEDs and the whole thing. And he's like, don't ask where I got it. Heavy as shit. We'll need at least 3 people to pick it up. Hope you have a big truck. Might need a U-Haul. Accepting best offers. It was like $500. I was like, oh.
We could get one from AliExpress for $1,100.
What, an ESPN table?
Just a news anchor desk.
Oh, just a straight news anchor desk.
Oh, we can get one from Home Depot.
What?
For $240.
What is it, miniature? It's got to be miniature.
63 inches.
That's 5 feet. That is miniature.
Yeah, but
that's for one person. That's a good for one anchor. If we can go live to Bob, that would be great.
That would be so funny.
Just for the cooking episode. Just have we're here with Joe at my own little table.
From the cooking desk.
A little sign that says the cooking corner.
Adam goes build one through Etsy.
Oh, God. Could you imagine trying to source wood through Etsy? Could you even buy wood through Etsy?
Hold, please.
Well, okay. Let me rephrase that. Normal wood. Can you buy normal wood through Etsy?
So just like a 2x4.
Yeah, because I'm assuming you could buy like that fancy weird like wormwood and like, oak and cedar and like, the fancy cherries and stuff like that. But can you buy Is that MDF
Yes.
or plywood?
I looked up plywood.
Because you could just buy.
You can get rainbow maple plywood, Baltic birch.
That's just
Plywood.
regular plywood.
More rainbow maple.
How much is the plywood? How much is the birch plywood?
The birch?
Yeah.
$2.25 a sheet.
225?
$2.
How
25 cents
small
per
is
sheet.
it?
12 by 20.
Okay. That's ridiculous. So hold as I pull up.
Nothing like searching for plywood on Etsy. I'm gonna have the weirdest ads now.
Yes, you will. You
From
can just
from Googling news desk for sale to plywood.
I want to order a 4x8 piece of plywood through Etsy. What's the shipping like on an 8-foot by 4-foot piece of plywood?
Do you want it USPS'd overnight?
I don't think it would fit on the truck.
Yeah.
It's got to be UPS or FedEx.
Yeah. Well, FedEx will just throw it at your house.
Could you imagine just a sheet of plywood getting
Oh,
thrown?
good. Now I need to board up my window. Good thing I got this plywood.
We're in Jersey, not Florida.
Jesus.
Though I don't think plywood's going to help at that point.
Yeah.
Uh,
Adam goes, yep, you can buy all normal wood from walnut to oak.
I mean, it'd be cool to get a top, but at the like I saw at our Home Depot, we were there over the weekend grabbing something. You go buy a straight butcher block top for like $80 now. It's like the size of this table butcher block, just
Damn.
huge piece. You just got
$80?
Yeah, you just got to finish it, so you just got to stain it.
I mean,
I was like, that's not bad.
do that, throw a couple legs on,
Drill a couple holes in it.
drill some holes, put in some inlays.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is,
Honestly, that would be a great stream. Like, we stream us building our table. We have the wireless mics.
Here on Tabletop Trio, the trio is building a table.
The tabletop trio.
The Tabletop Trio squared build.
Cubed?
Is it cubed?
Tabletop. Listen, I went to school for radio.
Yeah, squared. We're doing it twice. It's fine.
But if we squared,
We're not squaring the square. We're not doing it 3 times.
Sure.
Or 4. Stop. Not that good at math.
I'm waiting for Ange to be like, Bob.
I stopped at algebra because I didn't like algebra. Don't make me go that far.
A squared plus B squared
equals use a tape measure. God.
You're not going to have a calculator on you at all times during the day.
Yeah, I'm like, you're right. It's better than a calculator. I could take a picture and tell you how far it is from the picture. Take that, math.
Has science gone too far?
Or now your phone has like the, whatchamacallit sensors in it. So you could literally drag a room with a photo. I think iPhones have it. And it'll give you like the breakdown of the room, like how your square footage and everything.
Let me see. I'm pretty sure it's in the Compass app.
Why?
Maybe it's not in the Compass app anymore? It used to be.
It'd be really weird in the Compass app.
Okay, no, it's not the Compass app. However, it is giving me your exact location.
Huh. I didn't know what that was.
Now you do.
Also, I feel very safe about flooding knowing I'm 160 feet above sea level.
Especially with the ocean just like
10 minutes that way? Yeah.
That way.
I feel better. I'm good. I feel good. So, and insurance companies are like, you're too close to water to get insured. We're 160 feet above sea level.
There we go. It's the measure. By the way, your table...
It's probably off. Or your camera. Don't forget your camera.
Oh, yeah. It's got the stupid bump.
Yeah, not
makes
really smart of Apple to make a thing to make things level.
I think it's technically supposed to be like this.
Well, good news. It's dead level that way.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
I'm good at tables.
That's why I'm saying we should make it.
It wouldn't be the first time.
Because Bob's head was about to explode. Could you smell the smoke?
I was gonna say, did you see it? Did you see the smoke? So speaking of building things, oh god, he's measuring. I did build a thing for my shed.
Oh,
which is the greatest thing you could build for like 3 hours and a bunch of 2x4s. It was a storage thing for the 27-gallon totes at Home Depot, like the black totes with the yellow lids.
Yeah.
It originally was a 4x5, and it's all built in such a way that you could slide each one of them out.
Oh, cool!
Without
like
having
a drawer system. Almost?
Yeah, without having to take, 4 things off and then grabbing the bottle and then putting the 4 things back. This just slides them all out. So, it was on. I actually have the link pulled up. dadodad.com. He has a bunch of stuff on that website. Like free plans and all this other stuff. Or I think some of them are paid, but this one was free. And it's just all 2x4s. You need a screw gun, a bunch of screws. I had a nail gun and I'm lazy. So I just nailed it all together. But the amount of space I was able to save by just building this and then putting all the totes. And more importantly, as an ADHD person, not remembering what's in each thing because I'm obviously not going to label it, to get to the bottom one and having to take everything off of it, get to the bottom one and put everything back, just,
the amount of manual labor you just saved yourself.
Yeah. So I built it all and I was like, I wonder if this is going to work like well. And like I said, it's a few hours. If you're new to like woodworking, you'll just need a chop saw. Don't do it by hand. I know in the plans, he's like, yeah, you just need a handsaw and like a tape measure and a screw gun. Get a chop saw.
Yeah, I don't trust myself enough.
Because you need to cut like 60 pieces for like the ones that are short to like have the thing slide on. Mm-hmm. To cut 60 times with a handsaw, your arm, it might as well just be a fucking lumberjack. Yeah. So don't do that. just get the chop saw.
Better you look like a professional arm wrestler.
What have you been doing? Sawing wood?
So that's what they call it these days.
The kids these days. Well, yeah, no, it was definitely really, really convenient. If anybody needs like that kind of storage for your garage or your shed or basement or whatever, I'm probably going to build another one for the basement because of how absolutely like idiot proof it was and how convenient it is. I was like, oh shit, I want to do like a 2 high by like the length of my house for the attic. Just to put 2 of them. I was like, this is just so convenient. So, there's that. And I've been with the shed. I got a toolbox and I got all the stuff. I never had a toolbox. My dad has a toolbox. My brother has a toolbox. I never had a toolbox. I just have tools fucking everywhere. So I finally bought a toolbox and I was like, how do you organize a toolbox? Like, what's supposed to go where? There's no... I know the first drawer was screwdrivers, so I put all the screwdrivers, which I apparently had a shit ton of, on the top. And then it was like the second drawers. And I was like, well, fucking, now what? I don't know what to do now. I guess wrenches and miscellaneous handled tools. So my shed is just like my toolbox. I'm sure someone who has like their toolbox in order, if they open my, like, look at me like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I'd be like, nobody told me. I didn't know. And there's just a lot.
This just works, okay?
A lot of my tools.
Controlled chaos.
A lot of my tools are for IT stuff. So they're really fucking little.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, I have a little drawer with a bunch of little stuff in it. And I think it's going to be...
yes, take me to the tiny drawer.
Yeah, basically. I have, like, my tiny screwdrivers, my needle nose, the tweezers, like, all this stuff for, like, you can't build a computer all the time with just a giant screwdriver. Sometimes you need a little bit of finesse.
Not with that attitude, you can't.
Listen, I've tried it.
Give me the old DeWalt.
It's more like when you get to the cable managing and all that other stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You can't cut a zip tie with a screwdriver. It just, again, I've tried. You could break a zip tie with a screwdriver because all you do is shove it through and then twist it a couple times, and eventually it'll just snap itself because pressure. You just do the twist a few times.
Yeah.
So that's one way to do that in case you need to break a zip tie. That's also, I think, one of the ways you leverage it if you have the hand zip ties. If you can get just like a little bit of space, you could put your belt in between and then basically do the same thing. You twist with your belt and it'll snap the... Yeah, there's a lot of ways to get out of zip ties.
Whatever you do in your private time.
I was watching videos. They were like, here's how to get out of zip ties if you're arrested. Because that's how they do arrest now. They don't do handcuffs. Or at least normally now. They do the big, basically giant zip ties.
Yeah.
So they're like, this is how to get out of the zip ties if you are in the zip ties. I was like, never really thought I would need to know this information, but here it is now. And because ADHD, I'm going to clearly remember it because it's super useful information for me to need all the time.
Don't ask me what I had for breakfast this morning.
No.
But I can tell you how to get out of zip ties.
No, or that project I needed to get done, or the things that I really need to remember. But getting out of zip tie handcuffs, I got you.
That's it right there. Oh, my word.
But yeah, I've been doing a lot of stuff around the house. A lot of like, I guess you could constitute them as hobbies. Just a lot of building stuff that needs to get built, and like how to like space save, how to make as much space as you can in your little thing. And
honestly, that's fun.
Yeah, so if anybody does need that, I highly recommend that website, which was
Dadodad?
dadodad.com. And the plan is efficient garage storage building plans. If you Google specifically that, you'll get a PDF with literally step-by-step instructions on how to do it. And it's pretty great that he just gives you that for free.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then let's see if I could open it up and show you what they look like. So like full instructions.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Like how to do each thing, and then that's... I could show you guys.
Yeah, that is full on.
That's what it'll look like when it is complete.
Okay.
So the totes just slide in with little handles on the top. You're basically making bunny ears.
So content for the channel.
I mean, I already built one. I could build another one. But yeah, it was fun. I like doing projects like that.
Mm-hmm.
Just simple stuff that like makes your life easier.
Yeah.
And even my dad was like, I never thought to do that.
Aren't those some of the best moments too, where it could just be like, wait a minute.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, I had those forever. Why didn't I think to just put that? It's like, I didn't either. Because we're stupid, Dad. It's because we're stupid.
Yeah.
We just do it the hard way. And we complain the whole time while we move 80-pound boxes to get to the bottom one. That is somehow the lightest box. Duh.
I mean, that's clearly how that works, obviously.
That's just 100% how it goes.
Jeez, but yeah, so that we got some fun stuff coming up for the show.
Yeah, I'm excited for the board game visit, especially with all the Gundam stuff and everything like that. And then we're reaching out to another shop, which we'll see if that picks up. So that'll be the second
Especially
shop.
so we'd be like, hey, we just did this one.
And I have a third shop already.
Oh.
Yeah, I forgot. I have friends that opened up a hobby shop.
That's awesome.
Yeah, color me a bad friend. I'm so sorry. It's not close, so I keep forgetting.
That's fair.
I think it's in East Windsor.
So that's near me.
Yeah.
I do technically drive through East Windsor to get here.
Yeah.
So
it's over there.
A short commute to the show.
So
from an hour now to an hour 15 soon.
Yeah. No traffic at night.
That's fair. This is New Jersey.
But that does bring up one of my topics.
Okay.
Are board games replacing video games?
For the social in-person interaction, absolutely.
I think in general.
Really?
Think of some of the most popular games right now on Steam, and a lot of them are board games.
Okay.
So even the people who are playing video games are playing board games as video games.
Now I'm curious to see what what some of the store most popular ones are.
So you got like Terraforming Mars.
Mm-hmm.
Slay the Spire is a huge one. And then Tabletop Simulator, which is just always popular.
Is straight up board game,
and that's just all board games. That's just, you could put whatever you want, because in the if you have or want to get Tabletop Simulator, in the workshop is where you could download fan-made name a board game, and it'll be in there. And then Wingspan,
check that out.
Wingspan, I think, is now just its own, even though it started life at Tabletop Simulator. It is now has its own version. And board games that are coming out now are coming out as digital and a board game.
We saw that a lot when we went to PAX last year, where they're saying, hey, you could try our beta on Tabletop Simulator.
Yeah.
Like, that's awesome. Like, there was the game, I forget the name of it, that you and Bronson played last year. And we got to do, like, the 1 hour play test demo. That game was a hell of a lot of fun.
It was.
It was like a dice sorting game where you're like ship captains and you're not really fighting each other. You're kind of like fighting the environment around you.
Yeah. Yeah, that was
like,
a lot
that's
of fun.
really cool.
So I was just thinking about it and how a lot of people are constantly complaining about video games and that they're not that fun. And there's so many microtransactions and there's so many unfinished and this and that. And then you look in the other direction, and there's just, here's all these board games. It's not your Monopolies and your Clue and your, like, basic games.
Yeah.
These are all, like, quest games, RPG games, co-op games.
Yeah, because you guys were playing, what, Gloomhaven? That's a straight-up campaign.
Yeah, Gloomhaven is, like, D&D fighting only, basically. It's actually right behind the camera. And then behind me, which you can see at the top, the box of, which is Terraforming Mars, which I just got off of Kickstarter. I got like the entire thing because I played it and I had a lot of fun. One of my friends has it. I was like, I really just want to have that game, so I got the whole thing. And then the shelf over here that you see, the glass cabinet, is literally just full of board games. And as I'm like kind of coming to the realization of like, a lot of people rather play board games lately than play.
And I think the pandemic had something to do with that.
Yeah.
Because, and my reasoning for that is because, you know, pandemic, stay home, stay away from people, blah, 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 blah. You were isolated for so long, you only had video games. You couldn't really play board games unless you're playing with your parents, and honestly, do your parents really want to play any of those board games? Or your family members, or your brothers, your sisters, your kids, whatever it is.
Well, you don't want to play D&D with your parents.
Right. But now that everything is, you know, everything's back to normal and all that kind of stuff, people are like, let's hang out. Let's hang out in person. I bought this game. It looks like fun. Let's play it.
Yeah, I think that is part of it. But I do feel like the sorry state of video games right now is like, I rather play a board game. I will have more fun with the board game and the experiences that the board game gives me than playing a half-finished or beta or game that needs microtransactions or just a game that was released too early and sucks.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, I really think that's part of it.
And I think another part with the whole, you know, video game lack of quality and that kind of stuff is the fact that all of these games have moved to online. There's no couch co-op.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because some of my best, like most cherished, fondest moments are my brother and I sitting there playing Halo.
Mm-hmm.
2 players on the Xbox, playing through the story mode, and we do it every year. Whatever new Halo game came out, we sat down and we played it on Legendary together.
Mm-hmm.
We would not play. I still have yet to beat, I think, Halo 5. Because my brother and I would play it together. And we'd do it on Legendary, and we'd do it in co-op.
Mm-hmm.
But then they took away couch co-op.
Yes, now it's online only.
So it's online only, and you're just like...
So that...
I understand having a full screen to yourself.
But so that's where there's starting to be another comeback. So there's games like... it's not Drawn Together. It's... There's 2 games that just came out.
It Takes Two is one of them. It Takes
Two is one, which I think we played.
That was the... No, the one we played was A Way Out.
Oh, wait, right. So,
that
was
close. So much fun.
It was. So, yeah, It Takes Two is a new one where you have to, like, work together. Mm-hmm. And now there's, like, indie ones popping up.
Yes.
Where, like, you're chained together and you have to use gravity to, like, jump puzzles and stuff like that. So, I really think that, like, slowly people are realizing that, hey, we still want couch co-op games or just co-op in general games. It's not all about like PvP or PvPvE or, you know, 2 groups like Call of Duties and stuff like that where it's like co-op. Like people want co-op campaign,
cooperative
stories.
Play.
Yeah. And I like that we're getting some of that back because like we've gone through some crazy lengths to try to get co-op games working. Yeah. Like when we tried to, we played modded City Skylines.
That did not work.
the amount of mods you had to turn off to get it to work was insane. But
then we played Escape Academy, and that was a blast.
Yeah. So I really do think that like co-op should make a comeback, and I think it is because of board games.
I agree. I absolutely agree.
I think the developers are like, oh shit, like, and it's
people want to play together, and like I understand some of those games like COD or something like that. Yeah, you can do the campaign mode, and you should be able to do the campaign mode and 2-player mode.
Terrible.
Exactly.
Here's 4 hours of a campaign.
Insert evil bad guy nation here. They want to do X, Y, and Z, blow up XZ city.
Yeah, figure it out.
Have fun. Yeah. Oh, by the way, here's the guy that died in 4 different stories, but he's still alive here because those were alternate universes, but they still reference the missions that you played in earlier games.
I like that all of these AAA game devs are like, people want a unique experience, and they want the greatest graphics, and they want this, and then they want that. And then you look at like the top selling like Steam games, and it's like fucking Dave the Diver and like Slay the Spire and other like Stardew, another 8-bit game.
Minecraft.
Yeah. Well, this is Steam, so no Minecraft. But yes, Minecraft. And then like all of these game devs are like, that's what they want. They want all these craziness and this and that. And, you know, that's why we're charging $70. People are like, have you actually looked at what people are buying?
Have you ever played a game before? Like
the times are different. Things are changing. People like, yes, I am a slut for good graphics. Always have been. I play Minecraft. I put like so many shaders on, and I need like 64 gigs of RAM just to run Minecraft, and it looks gorgeous, and it runs terribly, but it looks nice. I'm that person. But I am also the person who has a Steam Deck who 90% of the time when I'm on my Steam Deck am playing an emulator from a game that I played as a child.
Yeah.
I could like just kick up the graphics a little bit on and just play on the Steam Deck because I know I don't have to deal with microtransactions. I don't have to deal with it running bad. I don't have to deal with anything like that. I could just play a console game that used to be great.
Yeah.
And still is.
And that, like, I do enjoy playing the sports games, but they are all notorious for repackaging the exact same game from the year before.
Didn't Madden get in trouble?
Yeah.
In 23 or 24, where one of the stadiums
still had the old logo.
Still had like 2020 on it, or 2021.
One of the NASCAR Heat games, I think it was NASCAR Heat 3 or 4, still had in Victory Lane of the race of one of the racetracks the old NASCAR Nextel Cup Series logo. That wasn't a thing. That was like the name of the series from like 2005 to 2007 before it became Sprint.
Yeah, because Sprint bought Nextel.
And then after Sprint, it became the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series in like 2017 or 2018.
Oh, I wasn't watching at that point.
So they still had the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series logo with NASCAR Heat in Victory Lane on like NASCAR Heat 4. Like they're one of the big things.
Notice.
The new NHL game that just came out has the exact same intro for the one Be a Pro mode, and is literally the exact same mode from 6 years ago when they last updated the game. You mean to tell me that you're starting your NHL career by playing pond hockey in Nova Scotia? And then they're like, hey, you just got drafted first overall. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Me and the boys are going out and visiting Boston. Let's go to the museum, but we forgot our wallets. Looks like you're buying, rookie. Like, come on.
That's so...
Let me just pretend I'm in the NHL. Let me play for this team. Let me just play as my character.
How hard is it to make a different story?
Yeah. But then again...
About becoming a hockey player or a football player.
Yeah.
I feel like I could prompt ChatGPT right now and give me at least 40 different scenarios.
And it's EA Sports we're talking about.
Yeah.
Well, they have the money.
They have the money. The problem is they keep firing everybody to, get more money.
I mean, shit, look
somehow that works.
Look at honestly how good the college football game is.
Well, that's because they had to try.
Yeah, because it was the first one in...
Because they couldn't release...
10 years?
They couldn't release the one from 2012 because it would have been... Or 2014?
I think 14 was the last one.
Because it would have been too obvious that it's been that long. So...
I am genuinely thinking about buying either the new Xbox or a PS5 just to play CFB.
Xbox One just got an emulator, so you're fine.
Like the newest, like the Series X?
They just said the Xbox One. I haven't looked further into the details because
now...
Yeah, that spans a large generation of Xbox.
And very similar to the fucking Wii versus the Wii fucking U.
No, that's different. That was different.
Because they're both Xbox One.
Yeah,
it's Xbox One, and then there's the Series S or the Series X or like the SX.
Well, so the
or
Wii,
Xbox One. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, the Wii and the Wii U were different because those were just two consoles. Xbox had the One, then they did the One X and S, then they did the One XS, or it was the Xbox One and then like the new Xbox One. I forgot what they did.
Yeah, see, that's the thing, because I was an Xbox player.
I wasn't.
And had the Xbox One. It's still like the thick, chunky boy that's like literally this thick. I packed it yesterday, so I know how
big
it is.
For a cable box.
Yeah.
That's what I had.
Because it had the HDMI pass-through.
Yep.
It was great.
And you could use the camera to just tell it to change the station.
Yeah, it was amazing. But now it's like the Series X or the Series S, I think it's just called Xbox Series X.
Yeah, I can't remember where they're at now. But as far as I know, I saw yesterday, and I haven't looked into what it actually means, but there is an Xbox One emulator that has finally come out. But I don't know how many or what Xboxes that they emulate.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, so here it is. The original Xbox came out in November of 2001.
I don't like that we have to call it original. It was just Xbox, but carry on.
The 360 came out in 2005.
Yeah, that one was also easy.
The One came out in 2013.
Yeah.
The One S,
which right there, that started the downfall of stupidity, because the Xbox One was the first one from 2001.
Yeah.
So now you have two Xbox Ones. One was 2001. One was 2008 or 9? Or
360 came out in 05.
right, and then the one came out in 08?
13.
Oh wow, was that far?
Yeah.
Wow.
Graduated college when I got that.
Oh, that's because they ran Xbox into the ground by releasing like 400 variants.
Yeah.
Yeah, good times.
Yeah, because it was the Xbox One came in 2013, the Xbox One S in 16, the Xbox One X in 2017, and now it's the Xbox Series S or X.
So they just added Series.
They got rid of One and just called it Series.
Oh. Yay.
Meanwhile, PlayStation's like, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or, I mean, the PS
Remember,
Vita.
You got PlayStation. Then you had PlayStation 1, O-N-E, and that was the small one.
That was the small one.
Then you had the PS2. Then you had the PS2 Slim.
Yes.
Then you had the PS3. Then you had the PS3 Slim. Then you had the PS4. Then you had the PS4 Slim. Then you had the PS4 Pro. Then you had the PS5. Now the PS5 Pro.
That is getting clowned on hard, though.
Well, it's like PC money for a worse PC.
Honestly.
And it would make sense. The problem is PlayStation fired a lot of their people for their studios, which their reasoning is whatever. They fired a bunch of people, but now they're using AI. And they're like, oh, we're going to use AI in our studios to help move along the process to like on the part that's not that important, like on parts that aren't that important. I'm like, you already fired everybody. Just say you're using AI to create your games because you have fired a lot of your people.
Yeah.
But the PlayStation 5 came out, and as far as I know, there's not that many PlayStation 5 games. There's just PlayStation 4 re-releases for PlayStation 5.
Mm-hmm.
Correct me if I'm wrong, chat.
I feel like now, though, the majority of the games that come out are for 5 or Series SX.
Right. Well, PlayStation's whole thing has been like exclusives.
Yeah.
But again, they're all PlayStation 4 remakes for 5.
Mm-hmm.
So now 5 Pro is coming out, and everyone's like, oh, well, what are we getting in Pro? And it's like 4 games that have HDR support or like better graphics, allegedly. And it's like, you're going to spend, what is it, $800 for 4 games to have better graphics? Yeah. Like, what?
Yeah.
And there's no disk drive now? And you got to pay for a stand? Come on, Sony. They used to give you the stands.
You used to just be able to say, okay, I'm setting it up this way or this way.
And you could flip the little
and
thingy.
you can flip the little logo. I will say, though, the power cable, I don't know about the 5.
It's PC now.
You can use the same power cable from the PlayStation through the PS4.
Not 3. Not the OG 3.
Not the OG 3.
I think the 3 Slim and the 3 Super Slim?
I don't know.
Because they did 3 Fatty, then they did 3 Slim, and then they did the Super Slim, which was the one that didn't have a button that sucked it in and out. You had to like slide the lid open and closed. I think that was the Super Slim. So probably the Slim and the Super Slim were back to the 2-prong, but the OG used a PC power supply, so it was just 3-prong.
Yeah.
But that was always like the fun difference between Xbox and PlayStation, where Xbox was like, you needed this giant fucking power brick on top of the thing that was already bigger than the PlayStation, and then the PlayStation would be like, here's a PlayStation and the power cable, because it's just a cable.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's like, Microsoft, why? Why do you need this giant thing?
I will say, I just looked at it today, I still have the box for my original PlayStation.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Those are worth money.
Interesting. So I do have the box for the original PlayStation. I have the PlayStation somewhere too.
I like how you know where the box is, but the console, it's gotta be somewhere. But I have the box.
I was doing laundry and I saw the box in the basement.
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious.
And it's got like the shots for like Oddworld, Abe's Odyssey.
Yeah, in the back there should be like, there were, if you have the one that I think it is, because it's the one that I remember, it has like a bunch of squares on the back of the box. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, probably 12.
Mm-hmm.
And then 12 on the other side, and then like 8 on the bottom of all screenshots of games. It was like your cool borders and all that kind of stuff. I remember I tried to win one at like a one of the fairs, like one of the school fairs, and I didn't win, but I remember the box. I think it was like burned in my brain.
I think it was the was it the DualShock box? Damn.
Oh, are you looking at the prices for the boxes?
$170.
Mm-hmm. I wasn't lying.
Wow.
Boxes are expensive. Because people want to have like a complete system, so to speak.
That is absolutely insane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, boxes got expensive. Cardboard be expensive now.
I mean, wow.
Yeah.
That is insane.
Yeah. Because people want them on for displays. Remember, we're the generation now who has the, well, I'm going to say, quote, disposable income, but a lot of us don't really have, disposable income. But we're the ones making the money calls. So all the boxes that used to be cheap and garbage that your parents threw out and all the other stuff are now the people that are like, oh, I want that back. I have my basement, or I have my game room, and I want to display the boxes with my consoles. I need the box now. So now the boxes are going up so that people could display them. And that's a big thing.
Yeah.
So
you can get it for $100 for a PlayStation box and controller on eBay.
And console?
Yeah.
All right. I was going to say.
One controller.
Yeah.
Cables.
Wait, was that not a DualShock?
Nope, it was DualShock.
Oh, I thought it wasn't. I'm like, that's hilarious that they're selling the DualShock box and console with like a regular controller.
Right.
Like, yeah, you'll never know.
I feel like it's a pretty good jumping off point for us here tonight.
Yeah.
This has been a ton of fun. Thanks y'all for hanging out, especially everyone jumping in the chat saying hi. Don't forget, for us next week, Monday, TNR race.
Yep.
Tuesday, Speed Xfinity Series. And then Wednesday, we'll be back right here. Tabletop Trio podcast. Graham, hopefully, will be feeling better.
Hopefully.
But, speedy recovery to you, bud. And all that fun stuff. As always, if you're watching us live, make sure you check us out on wherever you find podcasts. Episode's going to go live tomorrow morning at some point, so for your drive into work, you can listen again. If you're a podcast listener, we go live every Wednesday night, right around 8 o'clock Eastern, both on Twitch and on YouTube, which is a ton of fun. And as always, you can check up on our calendar of events and so much more. TabletopTrio.com. You'll find literally everything you need to know right then and there. So
always good.
A lot of fun. Gonna have the live broadcast as well. Coming up on the 20th at the Gundam Kitchen and Millennium Hobbies, coming up in South Jersey. So stay tuned for a little more info on that. So for one final time, I'm Bob.
I'm Joe.
This has been the Tabletop Trio podcast. Have a great night.